So I've come down to Darnall today to do a video. If you can give me any likes or follow my page back, I'd appreciate that, or my channel back. That'll actually help me grow my channel. So what I want to do is I just want to show you this new development here before we get down into Darnall itself. For as long as I can remember, this area has been derelict. They knocked down houses here and left it empty for as long as I can remember. We're actually on Whitwell Street and Handsworth Top's just up there, across the railway bridge, and I think that's where you come into Darnall. So actually technically in Darnall with High Hazel's Park down there. So I'll walk down here and give you a review of it, and when I find something interesting, as usual, I'll restart the camera. But just behind these houses is the back of Dave United's engineering company that's now shut down. Had many names in its lifetime, but I actually do like these houses. These look okay and they look good quality. I'll give you another look at it. I think one of my great granddads, who I never met, lived here on one of these roads round here. But you can see the back of Dave United's. Some people know it as David Lowe. It shut down eventually as Davy Markham. It had a merger with Markham and then it shut down. But I think Trafalgar House, who bought it out, actually still own the land, and I think it might be an industrial estate now of some kind. So we're coming down now to the main Prince of Wales Road, the junction. I'm sure people around here remember it better from growing up round here. Back up the road, I'll just see if there's anything down here, because I think there's actually looks like a working man's club, but it might not be. No little Mester's Cafe there. But I want to give you an angle on this new medical centre over here, Darnall Primary Care. Very different to what I've ever seen with a medical centre before. But this junction was probably one of the main roads into Sheffield at one bit. So I'm trying some new settings on my camera today, and hopefully you'll get better pictures. So there's a different angle on the medical centre. Just want to give you a feel for around here, what it now looks like. Used to have a weekly trip down to me grandparents, and often down to me great grandparents who lived on York Road in Darnall. Now this was a pub, can't quite remember its name, but other people remember it and put it on the video as a comment. Now this road was widened, it was only a single carriageway in either direction. And we'll get across to the main town centre in a minute. You can see the pub there. So I've just done a separate video on Dave United's on Prince of Wales Road. I'm walking back in to Darnall now. The bridge could do with a paint. Just lifts the whole area when you just do a little bit of TLC on it. But this road was wide, and I can't remember when it was, but it was after the 70s. Along here there used to be a row of terrace houses. Here we have the church, and I thought it had been rebuilt, but to me it looks exactly the same church as what was here for 100 years. It's now called the Jesus Christ Apostolic Church. If you look at the brickwork around the bottom, it all looks like the original. I'm sure somewhere I read that this had been completely rebuilt, which I just don't believe. This road isn't half busy with traffic. And those shops are pretty much cut off from one side of Darnall to the other now, and the pub. There's a view of the church, so we can get a better angle on it away from the See, I've got some car parking here, and I didn't realise it's free. I don't know. Could be free, it might not be. And I think it might be paying, or it's restricted. I found Balfour carpets are really good value for money and really good guys when I've had a carpet fitted just down here. But what memories does this bring back for people? I got confused because I thought I'd already filmed Darnall once for my vlogs, but what I've remembered is that I'd done a photo shoot around Darnall. But please shout up and comment. Now, was that Wilco's? Our supermarket. I want to turn back and do this because this was an old pub of some kind, I think. I'll take that from the other side. So across the road, spin back and take a picture. So we're down Station Road. I'll come back and do that as a separate video. I just want to show you Church of Christ in Darnall. This is a modern built one. And I'm wondering if that's where there's a mix up with the church across there and this church about being rebuilt. That looks like an old bank over there. We've still got these railings around. I've never can't really understand why they've got them. But it's deserted of people. Bargain zone. Nice looking clothes shop though. just want to get back what I think's a pub over there. Just here was Midland Bank, I can remember that quite definitively, or HSBC, that's closed recently. Now I don't know what day is it, it's Wednesday today, I don't know if it's early closing day or whether that's because the shops are shut. So I'm sure that was a pub, was it the Wellington? People will correct me on it. I'm not old enough to remember drinking in these pubs. Darnall looks so run down to what I remember. It was always a proud working class area. Just going to get the main shopping area of Darnall. So you've got HSBC again. What I might do is have a separate walk down Staniford Road and show you down Staniford Road. So we've got another supermarket down this street. Doesn't say, so that's Irving Street up there. The notice 20 mile an hour zones all around here. Like most places really just want a nice paint up, footpaths, repairing, making nice. You find out that working class communities pay more council tax than people with big posh houses because there's far more of them squashed in, but they tend to get less of the services and less money spent on them. When I get to the new houses, I'll do a turn back round and come back into the Darnall town centre. But I just want to say something about these new houses. So my memories are, where you see all these modern new houses, was the Craven's Works where they manufactured train carriages. And one of the issues just here was they used asbestos and it would have been blowing all around the streets in the past, so I think these houses were built on polluted land. They're looking very run down now as well. They look really nice when they were built, but They don't look great anymore. So I'm going to sort of stop here because I wanted to capture the main town centre of Darnall, and I'll probably do this as a separate walk as Staniford Road. But here you can see another shop. Tyre Bay Place just here. Hazel's Academy. I'm sure people who lived around here, it'll be sort of bringing a flood of memories back to you. So you've got a tyre place here. There's just a club down here that I want to show you on the other side. So the road behind me will be Staniford Road into town, which I'll walk down and show it you. I won't make much comment on it. But somebody, I just stopped my camera. I think somebody thought I was spying on them. Sort of explain our vlog areas of Sheffield. So I don't know if that were Whitby Road or not. School, the old Whitby Road school. I just want to get you this Darnall Working Men's Club on. So that's on Gainsborough Road. That's still looking like it's going. Want some TLC doing on it though. The idea is to capture things as they are now, because I can imagine at some stage there'll be a lot of investment going to Darnall, and they'll rip the heart of the community out, or the old community. But I found out that videoing is far better than taking photos. It's sort of a real-time capture of a community as it is. That's Ronald Road. I'm sure the shops are very different to back in the 60s and 70s when I'd have probably frequented around here. I wonder how many Turkish barbers there are around here. Just turn. So I've just been told the shutters are always down around here, so it's not early closing day today. So we're coming on to the main part of Darnall. But I'm really upset with banks, how all the banks have shut down. I know a lot more people are doing online banking, but I still think the bank should have just created smaller premises and kept the footprint on the high street. I'll spin round in a bit and show you an angle from the other side. So it's Darnall Main Road we're on at the moment. So we've got modern Darnall Library down there. On Britannia Road. I know it's not much interest, but I think that's a little just there. Can't see that from the other side, but if you've seen one little, you've seen them all. So you've got the Terminus Tavern here. And I must apologise for what's written on the siding at the moment. We've got the Victory Club here. That's the Terminus. I'm sure people who grew up in Darnall in the 50s and 60s will absolutely be horrified with what they've seen on video. I'm not come here to slag a community off, but Darnall was always a clean and proud place. So that's Darnall Pharmacy. You've got the little there, I'm not even going to bother showing you the little. Now I'm just going to put, oh there I'm on York Road. So York Road, where my grandparents lived, was down there, but these were sort of terrace houses knocked down and rebuilt as modern type masonette type places. Got a few things of interest up here. But just here, I think that was another pub there across from the Terminus on Main Road at Darnall. But there was just something else up here from what I remember, and then I'll call that a day on my tour of Darnall. In fact, I might just quickly stop it, move a bit further up, show you some buildings. I think the old fire station's up here, and then wrap this part of the video up. So the train station will be on a separate video. Stanford Road will be on a separate video. So I think this was a pub originally. Living Waters Christian Fellowship now. I wonder if it's still got a bar in it. I'm sure Vickers, like the rest of us, like a pint of beer. So I'll just shoot on further up and then I'll restart it. For some reason I wasn't videoing this a moment ago, so it's a good job I checked on that. So this was originally a pub. It's now a Christian type gathering place. I'm just up from the little down there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward and walk up here and capture some other little bits. So I'm now at Whitby Road, where my dad went to school, but they're all modern buildings now, so it's a bit pointless showing you that. But we've got Coventry Road over here, a bit further down with Scarborough. These would have all been rows of terrace houses. I can understand knocking some of them down, but why didn't they rebuild them rather than building all over the countryside? These are ideal commuting distance for Sheffield city centre and also working in the east end of Sheffield, so they should have been rebuilt back in the 1950s and 60s. So we're outside the Ball Inn now. Now I thought it was being turned into a wedding venue, but it's back up for sale with Zopa. So I'm not sure what's going off here. I think we're actually on Main Road now. I think it was Main Street running through Darnall and Main Road here, but it should turn to Worksop Road, I think, in the end. But I think I've heard stories of this being haunted, but I think you've got to be a certain type of person to pick up on ghosts and various things. What a shame, what a fantastic building. So we've got another school here, Sheffield School. Trying to read the full writing on it. I think it says Sheffield School Board. (1874). Just see that there. It's now Sid's Gym. I'll just switch roads again to show you the other side. So just here looks like some sort of past church building. I don't know if it's ex-Salvation Army or something like that. And then looks like the old Darnall fire station just there. And I think we've got another pub down here, which I'll get the pub in as well. So you've got Darnall Community Park over there. Not a lot really to see, I don't think. Looks quite modern. And then we've got a couple of pubs down here. I just want to show you. I'm going to nip back up Balfour Road and show you where the old Balfour Road picture house was. So we've got the Albert Inn here. Now I think that was another pub, and somebody will tell me what that other pub was. But I don't think the Albert Inn closed down that long ago. That's on Bridport Road, that pub. There's a Baptist church behind me, which I'm going to capture in a minute. That's another park up there. And then Darnall Road Baptist Church. I'll just see what else I can find down here, but you can see this modern housing, which looks quite nice. Why this couldn't have been done back in the 1950s and 60s to keep these communities going, I don't know. It's possible we're now straying into Attercliffe, but there's one last feature here I'll show you. But I think this is where the Brown Baileys may have been originally. I think these houses were possibly built on Brown Baileys. We've still got a bit of industry around here, but when I get to the viaduct, I'll then go back down Balfour Road, and what I'll do is I'll get the picture house. But I think this was the Mayflower Works just here. I think the signs have all gone on it now. So this viaduct's carrying the Sheffield South Yorkshire Navigational Canal into Sheffield. So I don't know the exact line. We're still on Darnall Road here, and it says somewhere Darnall Works there, mixed use site. You can see Darnall Works there. So they've got the canal here, and it also, I don't know if it's train or rail behind it. I'll have a look what's on the other side, because it is steeped in history around here, industrial history, which has just been erased. So I've did some training for PCS in the past. They're a computer training company, but they wanted somewhere to do stress management courses, so I did a couple of courses for them, but it was done through government grants and didn't last very long. We don't build things like this anymore. We'll carry on, we might as well, because whether I'm in Attercliffe or Darnall now, it's just an interesting place. If I haven't already put people to sleep. We're just on the right hand side was where the Don Valley was, and what a tragic thing. It was a premier athletics ground in the north of England. It could have been used for cricket, could have been used for big concerts. What do? They just trash it. At the moment it might have been a good place for Sheffield Wednesday to relocate. So what we've got here now is some religious venue, but I'm sure this looks like an old Sheffield pub to me. But you can see some posts behind there that are coming out, and that's where the I think it's England Sports Facility is, I think. Cannon Medical Arena, I don't know what that is, but I know there's something else on here where there's a football ground with a stand and everything, and I thought Sheffield Rugby Club were going to play down here. Got another academy here. But I just want to show you this one pub before we go back along Balfour Road. It's not a pub anymore. It's a cafe. Now it's a real shame, why don't they leave the original pub signs on them? Just to remind people of the past. But we're nearly on Attercliffe Road now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop in a moment after, so there you can see that academy again, all built on the premier athletics stadium in the north of England. There's only the West Ham football ground, which is a athletics stadium that would have been better than the Don Valley. So this is another pub. I think this might have been the Brunswick. I'm just going to see if the name of the pub's on the side of this building here. Yeah, it is. That's good news. So this was the Cocked Hat. And somebody else tell me the correct name for what that pub was called. So let's just shoot through to Balfour Road and show you the old picture house there. So just looking at this bridge on this side before we get through to Balfour Road, it looks like Supertram here, because you can see the pylons above it, and then there looks like a railway bridge behind it, and then the viaduct for the canal behind that as well. So let's get down to Balfour Road. So this bit is going to be out of sequence because I'm going to stick it in before the last part when I take you down to Balfour Picture House. But there's a few bits around here I didn't know about. So we've got Tinsley Park Cemetery. It looks very gloomy. Probably looked totally different, it was cleaned up, but I saw this poking out. I'm actually in the middle of I think it's Coleridge Road industrial estate, and then I see this. So we must actually be a little bit out of Darnall now in Tinsley Park, but you never know where the lines are. But some love and care went into this building. I'll take it from the other angle, see if I can get better light from the other side. But I'm not into walking around graveyards, so I'll spare you that. So I'll just show you a few more things on the main road as we come back into Darnall, which I'm just sneaking in. It's just an outbuilding by Tinsley Park Cemetery, which I don't know what that was used for. Is that just where the guy lived, or is it had some function to do with the cemeteries? So just off Greenland Road, which is the main archery road running through Darnall, is Colford Road, and it's an industrial estate, so there's not a lot to see. I just went into the McDonald's and I had the shock of my life. Everybody's on the phones ordering, and I expected to just walk in and buy a coffee. No thanks. It looked absolutely horrendous. Is that the future? So we'll see what else we can get along Greenland Road before we get into Darnall and do the last bit. So just here we've got Costa Coffee. Really it's cost a lot, an awful coffee from my experiences of Costa Coffee. Now just here we had the massive B&Q warehouse. It didn't last very long, did it last 10 years? Well, I'm pretty shocked to see all that area is now replaced by industrial units. That has been a real quick change. So we must be backing onto Tinsley along here. But that petrol station, that Shell one, I'm sure was a family business when my great-grandma and great-aunt lived on York Street, because that backed onto the street, if I remember rightly. The street was on the other side of it. But I'm sure I've missed a lot out. But I'll just catch a few more snippets as I'm walking back up Greenland Road. It's a really disturbed road, I can tell you. But a lady did say that outside the Tinsley Cemetery there were all houses up to that building, so it wasn't all like scrapyards like it is now. So I forgot to show you what was on the side of the pub in the middle of Darnall, and if I can just zoom in on it. Like, I'm sorry for any offence it causes. As you can see on the side of the pub, Terminus, is a sign for the Blunts. Couldn't resist that little dig. So we've got Catley Road here, more industrial estates heading off down towards Tinsley Park. But I know when the airport was here, my great aunt used to mention that planes used to come across from Tinsley Park. Got a quick fit here, but it's all really Americanised along here. That's why I don't like these drive-in McDonald's. They're not good for people's health as far as I'm concerned. But also, there's no way I'm going and ordering things with phones and tapping on screens and all of that, if that's the only way you can order stuff now. I do have my limits, so they can see Lidl as you move into Darnall. We've got a few more things as we come along here that I'll just show you. So we've got another garage here, BP garage. You can see Subway in that one as well. It's not with the Subway that you get in America. So we're coming back to the main junction. just catch a working man's club down here. But I do think I actually like these houses here. In a nice little spot here going up towards the actual High Hazels Park. Actually look quite nice, those. But you can see more industrial units, and then you can see allotments all around there. I don't know if those allotments are still as good as they used to be. There's quite a few allotments, and see if we can get any more angles on this. So that's just another view of those houses. They're quite, like I said, I think they're quite nice really. Whether you can garage your cars is another thing. But you can see what would have once been a river under here, I think. I think this is another story my great aunt told me, that river once used to be. You could see it a lot more. You can see the water coming through. I'm assuming it's a river. It's been culverted. So here we have what was once a working man's club. Last time I looked, it was some sort of, I think, bodybuilding gymnasium. But I can't remember the name of this, whether this was Darnall Working Man's Club or what. But other people will be able to tell me and fill me in. Please come on my video. I don't bite, as long as people are constructive. Right, something else I found just before the Working Man's Club is this cobble road. York Road in Darnall used to be cobbled. Most of the roads were cobbled. So this one takes you up to Greenland Road. You can see the Londis garage up there. You can see the Working Man's Club up there, and then you can see those new houses there. So that's just it. Just one last bit on the video to show you at Balfour Picture House. So the final part of my video today is Balfour Road, where the picture house was. Should bring them back a lot of happy memories for people who used it as a kid. See if we can get a better angle on it down there as well. So to me that's a bit of a jewel in a crown round here. And Balfour Carpets, I'm not being paid for this at all, but they are good value for money, and they are great guys that work for that company. So that's the end of my video. Please like, share and follow my page, and please comment if you can add any meat to the bones.